Morning, everyone. It's Friday morning. This is your pre-opening comment. It's video number 389. And again, I remind you to hit the like button if you like the work and absolutely to subscribe. Costs nothing, but it definitely helps me out. Okay, so we have overnight Asia up a little, Europe down a little. And some news from around there. We have Australian retail sales, which were up 3.3% versus down 2.7% expectation. So that's a nice gain. We have Japan's CPI up 0.3%, and that is versus a plus 0.1% expectation. So things are a little hotter in Japan, and that's not all bad considering what they've done over the last 25 or 30 years. And in the Trump-China area, the Chinese are making all kinds of noise about the coming trade talks, and the Trump administration has not acknowledged that they're even having any trade talks. On the earnings front, we have Deere with a beat on both top and bottom line, and the stock is up slightly. It's 193.15. That's up 205, or about 1%. But on the retail side, we have two surprises. One was Buckle, symbol BKE, with a beat top and bottom line, and the stock 18.5, up 213, or 13%. This is mostly a younger demographic for apparel. We also have Foot Locker with a beat, both top and bottom line, and the stock is 28.69, and that's up 1.5, or 5.5%. So, excuse me, retail seems to be doing better than anything, which is really surprising. Pinduo, PDD, also a beat top and bottom line, but not so much of a gain. The stock is up substantially over the last several months, but this morning it's 88.40, down about $10, or 9%. And Pfizer had some encouraging reports on a vaccine, and the stock is 39.16, up 44 cents, or 1.1%. And then, of course, we have the large cap and FAANG stocks, with most of them down slightly. And when I say slightly, I mean Amazon, a $3,300 stock, down about $8. But on the upside, we have Tesla up yet another 25, and we have Apple up another 260 after yesterday's $11 day. The stock futures are coming back a little in here. They took a move to the downside. I think the lowest that I saw was the Dow down about 170. It's currently down about 130. NASDAQ is down 38, but just a reminder there, it closed at a new all-time high yet again last night, and it's down 38. It was up about 3 times that yesterday. And the S&P is down about 18. I've seen that one down about 21, so that's come back ever so slightly. As a matter of fact, I'm looking at the screen now, and the S&P is down about 14, and the Dow is now moved a little higher again. It's, instead of being down 130, it's down 113. Okay, the chart on the screen is the dollar. And this is actually a pretty impressive move here, because last night we were actually down. And so what we have here is an outside day. So this is yesterday with somewhat of a narrow range and closing on the bottom. We followed through last night, but turned back higher and have surpassed yesterday's high. So, it looks like this may be yet another probe at a bottom. We came up through both the 5-day and the 20-day. And if you look at this, you can see that actually the 5-day has turned up, and maybe we can get through. If we can get through the high closes in here, which are right around the 93.50, 93.60 area, we still could be set up for a test of 95, excuse me, or even 96. In some other markets, we have the oil, which is down on the day 43 cents. We have the nat gas, which I think is probably going to come in a bit here, down 4.3 cents. Now, this is kind of an interesting chart because it's been all over the place. And if you recall, we traded the long side of nat gas on this little rally. Let's just go back to a little longer term look and see that we could easily come down to this 225 area, and we're currently 245, so that's a pretty substantial move, and I would play that with UNG puts. The gold continues to be weak, and that is primarily in the face of that stronger dollar. We're down 16 and change on that now, and we've touched 1916. It looks like we could actually come down just a little below 1900 and test this area around 1910 or 1900. Before turning back up. The 5-day did go below the 20-day, but again, I want to point out it did the same thing here in a consolidation. Turned to the downside, turned back to the upside, turned back down to the downside, a little up and down here. All of this before we finally broke out again out of the consolidation. So we have a distance to work here on any kind of sideways trading. So I'm just being patient. The only trade we have on there is the Newmont Mining 65.70 spread in the September expiration, and we put that on at $1.45 or $1.46, and yesterday it closed around $2.16, $2.17. So we're still 50% profitable there. So I'm just gonna sit and wait and see what develops. Okay, everyone. Hope everyone has solid plans for the weekend, something enjoyable. But we have one more day to get through. I remind you again to please subscribe. And I also want to mention that the Dow is now down barely 100. 99.73 is the last for the implied open. Okay, everyone. Have a good one.